the useless news.
Useless news.
Right here on the Big Dumb
That's right.
The Venkman reporting.
That's the way we do it. Go! Sponsored as a partnership sponsor.
Partnership sponsor.
Between Uncle Rusty's Salsa and the folks over at visituranus.com. Now, if you love Uncle Rusty's Salsa, you should have it in your anus. A group of Bulgarian women are suing a soft drink firm over an advertisement which shows a woman in a bikini under the slogan, "Watermelon season is here." The ad featured
Is she black?
No. Oh, that would have been... See, I could understand that. I could understand that, Gunnerk.
Wow. I'm just asking.
No, I know you're asking.
I haven't seen the ad.
I also know you're a racist son of a bitch. Model and a who say that? Yeah. You trying to get us in trouble here? You're messing me up. All right. The country's men are already bad enough without any encouragement from advertisers. Now a group of 13 women, probably ugly women. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, they probably aren't wearing a bikini.
Probably couldn't wear a bikini. 13 women are suing the manufacturer's Peshtera. Apparently that is the name of the drink. Quote, they're ripe. An ugly spokeswoman said.
Wow. You think they thump on them?
No, with the watermelon, you really got to squeeze it. You really got to get in there.
To tell if it's right, you know?
The advertisement encourages
and
sexism.
If it's seedless.
Hold on, if I ever touched a breast that felt like a watermelon, I would run.
I'd get a reduction.
You are going to get us in trouble.
That was a weird laugh, dude. I think Willie turned the heat on. Anyway, keep going.
God.
No, it's just me.
Paul just watched and said one ugly woman.
As opposed to the rest of those bathing suits they're wearing.
The claim has already been filed with the local justice authorities. It states, the ad deeply and permanently discriminates us as women, illegally infringes on our personal lives, and violates European law on equal treatment of the sexes in the provision of services. So...
Provision of what services?
Watermelon services.
Yeah, I mean, are they going to have like a cantaloupe one piece?
They find feet disgusting, and Kelly just put one like 3 feet from my face.
My knees hurt.
Let's soak that
and
one
not
right
for
now.
the reason you think.
Good thing she didn't put her big watermelon right
Wow. Your knees hurt?
Not for the reason you think.
Wow.
I would have thought maybe you were roofing a house. That's what I would have thought.
It's certainly because she was on them.
Oh, she was roofing something.
That doesn't make sense. This is a classy show. Let's class it up. A U.S. pastor told his flock to bring handguns to church to promote safe gun ownership, which sounds great for Frank except for having to go to church. Pastor Ken Pagano told parishioners to bring their unloaded guns, quote, unloaded guns,
Really?
to the New Bethel Church in Louisville, Kentucky, reports the BBC. I was wondering why is it?
I want to know why the BBC's reporting on something in Louisville, Kentucky.
He organized a service celebrating the right to bear arms after church members voiced fears that President Barack Obama could tighten gun control laws.
But you know what's odd about that is the Dr. Tiller, the abortion doctor that was murdered at church. Like they killed him when he was at church.
That makes...
Hey,
there's no correlation whatsoever.
Talk about irrelevant.
Yeah, if you want to be able to uphold your rights and your beliefs in church best way, automatic firearms.
I believe in God and guns.
The quote from Mr. Pagano says, we're wanting to send a message that there are legal, civil, intelligent, and law-abiding citizens who also own guns, none of which go to this church, but we would like for that to happen. Pastor Pagano also held a handgun raffle, as well as
the whole congregation's here.
How would they pull that off?
Praise Jesus! As with him from...
I can see the flyer on that one.
More churches did this. I wish more people did this. The Louisville Courier-Journal quoted one attendee, Doreen Rogers, as saying, she's also the town drunk. For some reason, most people think that carrying guns is sinful. It's not. I think my life is worth protecting to help that out.
Especially at church.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm all for gun rights. Don't get me wrong.
And I'm not for church.
But at the same time, I disagree with. Let's flaunt
Real
our
quick,
guns.
roundtable discussion. Let's practice this out. Who do you think has killed more people, guns or church?
I'm gonna go with church.
I'm thinking church. I'm thinking church.
Crusades, anyone?
A Chinese. You know what? That was the third movie in the Indiana Jones franchise, and that was probably applied for permission to sell cut-rate prices for standing room only tickets.
Nice.
Passengers would pay a reduced fee to stand in the aisles during flights.
Wow, takeoff and landing's got to be a bitch.
I rode Southwest and had to buy another seat. I wish I could have just stood in the aisles.
Hey, I let my ass hang out on a
Spring Airlines, that was extremely topical. Spring Airlines President Wang
We've
Zwenghua.
now replaced the rimshot sun with the hi-yo.
That's nice. Tickets would go on sale as soon as the government agreed to the proposals. He suggested for a lower price, passengers should be able to get on the plane like catching a bus with no seat, no luggage, no consignment, no food, no water, but very convenient. So I can't wait to pay for a seat, get onto a plane, and stare at Mr. Wang all
An Asian guy, but just his belt loop.
His man wiener.
All I can think about is that 12-hour transatlantic flight being really tough on the feet.
Just some guy standing there staring at you the whole time, just looking right down at you, just like, yeah, I paid for a $2 ticket, but man, if I could just sit on your lap, that'd be great.
That's where Hooters error comes in.
That's when you're like, well, who's in the bathroom? It's like, I had to use the bathroom. No, you're just sitting in there. Stop sitting down in there. Oh, Mile High Club, ladies and gentlemen. A church is apologizing to park on top of graves.
Whoa.
St. Mary's Church in Wimbledon Village charged those attending the championships about $20 a day to park in its cemetery. The money goes to 3 charities. The church says cars were allowed to park on the graves of people whose descendants cannot be traced. So if someone's buried there, they've got no family, you can park on the grave. It blew up in their face even though they've been doing this for years, and now the church says that no longer will people be able to park in the graveyard. My name is Venkman. That's the Useless News on the Big Dumb Fun Show. Submit your own crap to the show by sending me an email, uselessnews@bigdumbfunshow.com.
Right.